What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right, man. So Manny Pacquiao is confirming, according to Boxing Scene, that he will fight Adrein Broner next, January 12th or January 19th of 2019. And I'm telling you, I am happy about it. This is going to be a good fight, man. This is going to be a good lead up to the fight. This is going to be a good, entertaining fight that isn't really going to prove who's the best welterweight in the world, because I don't think that's the case for Adrein Broner or the case for Manny Pacquiao. But I think it's going to be a very entertaining fight. There's going to be a lot of curiosity around it, a lot of good conversations about it. And both of these guys make exciting fights. They show up to fight. They both have obviously very well-known fighters. And I'm excited for it, man. I don't really have big issues with fights that take place between guys who aren't really in contention for being, the top in their weight division, but yet you can expect an exciting fight from them. And, I'm a fan of both of the fighters. So before I get into the specifics of it, again, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you're not subscribed, I hope that you take my invitation to be, to subscribe to the channel. We have very good conversations with mature boxing fans on this channel. We're not always going to agree with one another on what we say, but as long as we keep it respectful. Hey man, I talk to people on a regular basis in the comment sections. I try to be as active as I can be in that regard. So if you leave a message, if you leave a comment, most likely I'm going to respond to the comment. If you leave two and you consistently respond, man, we'll be having good conversations. So I hope that you accept my invitation to do so. And also I want to thank everybody that supports the channel by watching the videos. I put ads in the videos, so I appreciate your patience with that. Also, people that attend the live streams and support the channel through Super Chat, Venmo, and Patreon. I cannot tell you how much fun and how much I appreciate the experience of having a boxing channel on YouTube and talking to you guys every day about, many of the subjects that go on in boxing. And I'm telling you, I agree. And I enjoy talking to people that I agree with and people that I don't agree with, because sometimes, man, I learn from you guys, and I really do appreciate you guys taking the effort and taking the time to listen and comment on the videos. But let me go through this article real quick and then come back and talk about it and what it means. I'll just go through the quote. According to spin.ph, Pacquiao made the announcement on Wednesday night when he was introduced as the latest ambassador of the International Sports Promotion Society in Makati Sharangali Hotel. Quoting him, it says, Adrein Broner, Pacquiao said when asked by Spin who he was going to fight next. I think either January 12th or 19th. And that's what we'd heard. That had been reported by several outlets earlier last week. There was the reports that he had signed, Manny Pacquiao had signed an agreement to work with Al Heyman. I think he might be working with him as an advisor. I don't believe that he's working with him as a manager. But this thing with Adrein Broner and Manny Pacquiao, it's going to be interesting to see whether it's a pay-per-view fight or not. But look, these are two guys that I think in a lot of ways shows, the exception to the rule in boxing right now. There is a large amount of talk that goes around about fighters being undefeated, and how people want to hold on to their O, and if they feel like if they lose a fight that they're going to lose their marketability, that they won't get another shot at another fight. And so therefore I think that they're hesitant about taking certain fights and losing certain fights because they believe that there's no coming back from there. Now, if there's two fighters that more than any other in boxing show that that's not the case, and show that if you're an exciting fighter to watch, even in the lead up to fights, during fights, whatever the case, if you can capture the interest of the boxing public and you give them fights that they want to see, that they're willing to come back and support you. Obviously, that's the case with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is one of the most popular active fighters in boxing, probably the second most well-known popular fighter in boxing today, behind Floyd Mayweather. And I think obviously that this fight is going to come around to a Floyd Mayweather fight, rematch, if he's able to beat Adrian Broner. But he's lost to, of course, he had some knockout losses early in his career before he came from the Philippines, came to the United States. He lost to he lost to Eric Morales. He lost to Juan Manuel Marquez. He lost to Tim Bradley. He lost to Jeff Horn. He lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr. And Manny Pacquiao still is somebody that people want to see. Now, if you look at, you have Terrence Crawford, who in his last fight averaged like 2.5 million, 2.6 million viewers on ESPN for his fight versus Jose Benavidez. And those are good numbers in the United States. Those are good numbers. When Manny Pacquiao fought Jeff Horn on ESPN, it was 4.4 million. It peaked at 4.4 million, right? Almost 2 million more people came in to watch him because of that name recognition. And they're not worried necessarily about who he lost to before. If you watch a Manny Pacquiao fight, you're going to get an exciting fight. And you know that Manny Pacquiao is going to always want to fight. I mean, Manny Pacquiao pretty much always fights tough competition. I mean, if you look at the names on his resume, similar to, I won't say Canelo Alvarez. I'll leave it out because I don't want that conversation to go in that direction. But he's willing to take on tough fights, man. And he's got losses, and he still is popular, or more popular than these guys, than 99.999% of boxers. But even more than Manny Pacquiao, Adrian Broner, if it was true that once you lose and you're shown that you're not the best fighter in the world, that you're done, man, if there's anybody that proves that that's not true, that's Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner is about to if this is a pay-per-view fight, Adrian Broner will probably get the biggest payday of his life fighting Manny Pacquiao if they put this thing on pay-per-view. And Adrian Broner has lost to Marcos McDonough. He's lost to Sean Porter. He's lost to Mikey Garcia. He got a draw against Jesse Vargas. But what do you know about Adrian Broner? Adrian Broner he's going to sell the fight, and he's going to come to fight, and that he's going to fight somebody where it's going to be a tough fight, and he may win, he may not win. But at the end of the day, I've never walked away from an Adrian Broner fight feeling like, this guy just fought somebody that didn't belong in the ring with him. He's always willing to get in there with tough competition. This is another example. Him fighting Manny Pacquiao, although I'm suspecting, I don't know for sure, I suspect that this is going to be for a good amount of money for him. He's willing to get in there and fight Manny Pacquiao, and he might get knocked out by Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's no joke. Even at this later age for Manny Pacquiao still can punch. Manny Pacquiao still got good hand speed. He's an extremely experienced fighter, and he just got done beating the brakes up off of Lucas Matisse. And I think Adrian Broner and Lucas Matisse might have been a what and what fight, even at this late stage in Lucas Matisse's career. So, and still, there's going to be people that are going to support Adrian Broner. They're going to come see Adrian Broner. I'm not sure where this fight's going to be held at. We'll find that out later. But there's still going to be people to support him, right? And there's a reason why Adrian Broner still to this... that Adrian Broner, if he was less... It was like at a certain point, his buffoonery started to distract from him, right? It was like, fight the way you're supposed to fight in the ring, take care of your job in the ring and do all that. But now it's like his personality outside the ring is probably what continues to make him sell. But in no small part, it's also his willingness to take fights. Like, I do believe that if Adrian Broner was in the same position as Sean Porter, there is no way in the world that Adrian Broner would not fight Errol Spence Jr. Adrein Broner would be in the ring. I have full faith and belief that Adrein Broner, if he was the WBA, if for some reason he wound up becoming the WBA super champion, because I have a suspicion that the WBA is going to strip Keith Thurman and make the winner of this, Adrein Broner, Manny Pacquiao, the WBA super champion, and move Thurman up to elite or whatever it is in recess. Shout out to Lawrence Williams. I'm sure Lawrence Williams can tell me what that title is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. But then, of course, the winner of this is going to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. and more than likely going to lose to Floyd Mayweather Jr. And, on and on goes. But it'll be an exciting, turn of events, in the, in 2019. But let's not get it confused. This isn't about, who the best fighter at welterweight is. This is not going to determine that in any way, shape, or form. That would have to happen between a fight with Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence Jr., and Terrence Crawford. But anyway, congratulations to these guys, man. I'm happy to see that, Manny Pacquiao is going to earn a lot of money in this too. And when he earns that money, he's going to be able to keep that money because he's got significantly lower promotional costs associated with it. But anyway, with that, please, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And then leave your comment in the comment section, man, so we can chop it up about boxing. And with that, I'm out. Peace.